Me.
Brains.
In aspect ratio, he's got a whole lot just to show whenever he is on the go. In aspect ratio, his aspect ratio, he's got a whole lot to say. In aspect ratio, we welcome you to the show. This is the aspect ratio.
Hi, and welcome to Aspect Ratio. I'm Ruben Rascon, and I'm outside of the Judge Marquez Library, where we're about to talk to the friendly folks of FrankenCon. Well, I'm here with Andy Lawless, the main organizer of this wonderful event, and, well, it's good to have you here on the show. Could you tell us a little more about this event?
What this originally started out as, it was going to be a Legend of the Seeker Day at the library, and what that was as part of FrankenCon, I have a fan tribute booth at FrankenCon that is devoted to Legend of the Seeker, which was a series that was born from a 12-book series by Terry Goodkind. When the TV show was canceled, it ran for 2 seasons, and it was abruptly canceled because of distributorship. The distributor went bankrupt. When that happened, fans around the world started campaigning to try and save the show, and they started making tribute booths at all the different cons. When FrankenCon came about, I decided that I was going to make my own Legend of the Seeker tribute booth at FrankenCon. Because the series was born from a 12-book series, I contacted the library to see if they would want to help promote literacy and of the 12 books and so on and like that. And so I got together with them. They thought it was a great idea. And so from that point on, we started this so that it would raise awareness for the books and promote literacy, and also to give the word out about the booth being at FrankenCon.
I'm here with Ghoulie the Kid, the MC for the Chop Horror Film Festival. So tell me, what is your favorite horror film?
Do you really want to know?
Yes.
All you just have to do is come over to my area in Concordia Cemetery. But to be honest with you, I'm actually looking forward to meeting and seeing actors from my favorite film, Return of the Living Dead.
Oh, absolutely. I'm looking forward to seeing them, and I'm also looking forward to seeing Ernie Hudson. Are you a fan of the Ghostbusters?
Oh, most definitely. I am a big fan of the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. That's my favorite character in that entire film.
I like Slimer. And speaking of Slimer, do you believe in ghosts?
Most definitely. You're looking at somebody that just dug himself up freshly from Concordia Cemetery not more than half hour ago. And of course, my old arch rival and nemesis, John Wesley Harding. Harding, we're not done yet. There's still one more round left to go.
I'm here with Jose Ilarramendi of the friendly neighborhood El Paso Ghostbusters. So tell me, how's it like to be a Ghostbuster?
Well, it's actually pretty exciting and fun. Can never expect anything new from their job. It's a good way to, I guess, get out and enjoy Halloween any day of the week, pretty much.
Oh, absolutely. So could you tell us a little more about your ectomobile and what kind of changes you've done to it since last we saw it?
Yeah, sure. Well, it's a 2011 Scion XB. It has the working turntable lights, I guess you call them, or rotor lights. Mm-hmm. They're all blue because I don't want to mess with the cops and do any red. It's got a new roof rack, which I'm still in the process of finishing up. I'm gonna add some more stuff to it, possibly cylinders to make it look more functional. Yeah, it's got these tubes on the side, which are supposed to be helium tanks for the various weapons that they carry on top. I've added new decals actually on the sides. The no ghost logos, the call JL5 2020s, and of course our El Paso logos. Pretty much, I've got a siren on it too. It's just that it keeps on getting stuck, so I gotta work on that one.
Oh, absolutely. So, since we're talking about FrankenCon 2011, what thing are you looking most forward to about FrankenCon 2011?
Well, actually, you know, being Ghostbusters, I'm actually excited about hanging out, possibly, you know, after the show with Ernie Hudson, Billy Bryan, Mark Wilson, and hopefully with some of the other guests as well. You know, we got a cast reunion of Return of the Living Dead, so which I wouldn't mind maybe hanging out with them, see what's crawling in their head, or you know, Doug Jones. Also, there's a couple artists also which are coming down here, Eddie Nunez and Carlos de Anda, which are bringing, I'm sure, new artwork since I last saw them at San Diego Comic-Con. So I'm pretty excited about pretty much anybody just being part of the FrankenCon, I guess. That's what I'm excited about.
Oh, me too. I'm looking forward to seeing both the horror and the sci-fi aspects of FrankenCon 2011.
Yeah.
I'm here with Dakota Thomas, who recently showcased one of his horror movie shorts, Don't Look Under the Bed. So I must ask, how long did it take you to produce this horror film?
Well, it took us all night, one night, which, you know, it doesn't sound like it's that long of a time, but it really is. You know, when I first gave the script to everybody, it was a 3-page script. So you're thinking 3 pages isn't going to take that long to film, but it really did. So it was about 9 hours. And we had to keep it under 3 minutes because it was for a competition that Chiller TV was having, which, you know, was actually one of the more difficult parts about it. You know, 3 minutes isn't easy, so, to tell a whole story.
In all the challenges of film production, because I do a little bit of video production myself, what can you say was the most challenging thing to produce or to do while producing this short film?
I would say that the most difficult part about shooting the film was probably, well, there's 2 things. It's getting everybody together and actually starting the production of the film. You know, working around people's schedules can be really difficult. But I would say that the number one toughest thing was the lighting. You know, we're working in a small, normal-sized bedroom, and we have these big lights, and trying to find a place to put them was really difficult. And at first, we started with white lights, but then it was too white. So then, thankfully, I had blue and red lights, and so we were just able to make those work.
I love the fact that you used those so well to capture that nighttime essence. I know that most film producers will use ultraviolet black lights to emulate that effect because, you know, with black lights, they tend to look bluish under the camera lens.
You know, I was inspired, or growing up, I've always been inspired by the EC comic books, Tales from the Crypt and stories like that, and they always use the bright blues and the reds to really capture that atmosphere. And so does movies like Suspiria and stuff like that. And I just really look upon those films as they're iconic to me, and so that's really where I got a lot of the inspiration.
That's wonderful. Who could you say is your cinematic influences?
Wes Craven. I'm a huge Wes Craven fan. I think I owe, you know, my love for this completely to him. I think he's a brilliant man who has a lot of great ideas. Some of the other ones I would go with would be, of course, John Carpenter. I mean, without him, I don't think we'd have a lot of these films. And then people like Robert Rodriguez. I really respect how he makes, you know, cheap films fast, and they come out great.
From Dusk Till Dawn.
Yes.
Very good horror film, if you want to say that. And speaking of horror films, could you tell us what is your favorite horror film?
You know, that's a really tough question, and there's a couple that kind of roll around in my brain. I love the classics like Psycho, because without Psycho, I don't think we'd have a lot of, you know, the films that we have now. But I would say that my favorite horror film is probably something in the Friday the 13th franchise. Part 3, Part 4. You gotta love how gruesome it is.
In aspect ratio, he's got a whole lot just to show whenever he is on the go. In aspect ratio, his aspect ratio, he's got a whole lot to say. In aspect ratio, we welcome you to the show. This is the aspect ratio.